Hi, this is Kelly Berger from Bookkeeper Support, and I just wanted to run through some things to help you deal with end of financial year and keeping yourself healthy and productive at the same time. Some things that have helped me over the years through these hectic times. So the first one is have snacks on your desk in reach of your computer or in eyesight so that you can visually see it, or if you go for a stapler or something like that, it reminds your body to eat. Okay, so it's really important to have it on your desk and make sure that it's in eyesight so that when you go to reach for something, you're like, oh, that's right, I've got to eat. Have a bottle of water on your desk as well to keep you hydrated. Make sure it's a decent bottle. Have an alarm to remind you to get up and move every hour. This avoids blood clots. I know quite a few people who've had blood clots because they've sat all day and done the work and not got up and moved. Have 2 set days where you work overtime. Okay. Otherwise, have all the other days. You're home for dinner. Work is left alone. You're not picking up the laptop. You're not going into the office. This is to help you avoid the burnout. Okay. Now, during this time, a lot of us work overtime, late hours, late nights, weekends, all that kind of thing. But you've really got to make sure that you've got set days where you do that, and other days where you come home and you dinner and you're resting, because you really need that to keep going through this period. Have Sundays off. I highly recommend having Sundays off. Have it a set day off. Now, it can be spent with family, it can be spent with friends, it can be spent with fur babies, or you can just enjoy a really comfy day on the couch watching Netflix with, a bowl of popcorn. Make sure that you have your to-do list for the day ready the night before. Okay, that way you're not sitting there thinking through the night of what your to-do list is. You've already written it down, you've left it at the office, and off you go home for a decent night's sleep. Have your checklist ready to go for end of financial year before the 30th of June, before it hits. Okay. That's really important to have all those things in place so that you don't get lost while you're working on the actual files. Prepare all work you can before the end of the financial hits. Data entries up to date, bank reconciliations up to date, balance sheet reconciliations are done for the end of May. So then you're really only dealing with June. It makes it a lot easier to manage end of financial year and all the little extra bits and pieces, TPARs and work cover and all those kind of things that you need to do. Have at least 2 time slots during the day to take a moment and do deep breathing. Now, no less than 5 deep breaths, okay? In and out with your eyes closed. So I've found that since I've started doing this, I'm a lot more productive, and I can stop and think and go, right, what's my next step? What do I need to do? And especially if I'm having a moment of, oh God, I'm overwhelmed, it's really good to do this 5 deep breaths just to try and refocus yourself. And, and then the solution will come to you a lot easier. Have a vending group or partner. So obviously at this time of year, we get frustrated with things like the ATO portal and, all the changes that are coming and, it crashing all the time, or our software's not doing what they need to do and them crashing. So we do have a lot of frustrations with clients, etc. So just make sure you've got a partner or someone who understands our industry as a venting partner. So you can just ring up and go, blah, 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 get it all out, and then move on. Ensure that you identify what work needs to be prioritized and what can wait. Okay, having a priority list of things that need to be done, such as, we've got the STP finalizations before the 14th of July. So those kind of things that need to take priority, and making sure that all the work is done for you to be able to do that first. Okay, create folders for work instead of paperwork across your desk. Holds everything for each client together, and it's less likely to overwhelm you if you've got a pile of folders rather than a big pile of paperwork that's strewn everywhere. Helps keep you a bit organized too. If you're feeling overwhelmed, go for a walk, chat with a family member or friend, play with a pet, or close the computer and just have an early night. We all do get overwhelmed with the amount of work that has to be done at end of financial year, but preparation is absolutely key. And having those nights off is absolutely incredibly important to your sanity, and also, you know, being able to maintain the workload that we do. So make sure that you have those things in place, even if it's just a walk around the block or just a sit out in the sun with a cuppa, something, anything to get you out of feeling overwhelmed is a good idea. Have meal plans sorted, so you're not going to the fridge at 9 p.m. wondering, what do I eat? Even pre-cook some of the meals. So for those overtime nights when you just get home and it's 11 o'clock at night and you don't want to eat, or even have them in the fridge at the office so you can eat while, you know, take a half an hour break, literally take a half an hour break and eat something at the same time, and then get stuck into whatever you need to do. Delegate all you can to staff, but also try not to overwhelm them. So just remember, as much as you are overwhelmed, trying to hand off all the tasks can overwhelm them as well. So just make sure that you've all got a level playing field of work that needs to be completed, and keep those communication channels open. And another thing is to do the complex work first thing in the morning and easier tasks later in the day, because you're generally fresh and bubbly and ready to go first thing in the morning, whereas later in the day it's a little bit more difficult to get that motivation and get that brain power happening for the more complex tasks. Other than that, have a wonderful end of financial year and reach out if you need to, and take care, everyone.